After my first year, I got up to 310 pounds. And I said to myself, I'm not going to become the player that I want to become unless I get my act together. That off season, I worked out twice a day. I ran 3 or 4 miles a day. I ran in the morning. I ran in the evening. I would work out in between in the weight room. I stopped eating red meat. Um, I stopped eating a bunch of fried foods. Uh, and I could notice things start to change. The weight started to fall off. I became leaner. Excuse me. I became stronger. Um, I had more stamina. And when all of that started to come together, I got down to about 265 pounds. And then I became that student of the game. I would be the first player in to study film. I'd be the last one to leave studying film, not watch film, but study film. There's a difference. I would take notes on my days off while I was studying film, trying to get tips on the offensive tackle or guard or quarterback that I was about to play against to see if I couldn't get that little nugget that would allow me to beat that offensive lineman out of his stance, whether it was because the center, the quarterback would snap his hands when he was underneath the center before the ball even snapped. And that would be my signal to go. That was a tip that I picked up by studying film from certain quarterbacks.
That little split second kind of gives you a bit of a head start.
Especially when you're playing in your home stadium and the offensive lineman can't hear the snap count. You just look for that one little tip that gives you that competitive advantage. And I was able to do that pretty successfully. And as a result of that, no one in the history of the game has hit the quarterback or sacked the quarterback more than number 78. And that was because of all three phases coming together, the dieting and conditioning, the film study. I had already had the God-given ability. I just need to untap it by work and not necessarily just working to you, just working just to be working, but having a purpose, a sense of purpose in everything you did, every sprint you ran. When I stopped running because my doctor, Dr. Sidman in Vail, Colorado, told me stop playing basketball, stop running on the street. And we figured out a alternative exercise, which was riding a Stairmaster. So I got the bills to buy a Stairmaster, and I would wear it out. They're legendary stories. You can ask Steve Tasker and some of my teammates. I'd be in there twice a week, riding that Stairmaster, and there'd be puddles of water on the floor because I would make sure I got some conditioning in on Tuesdays and Thursdays to make sure that my cardio was up to speed, and particularly if we had to go into overtime, I wanted to be ready and be prepared. So it's just so many different little facets of the game that if you simplify it, the game slows down for you. And that's what I was able to do. But again, I got to go back to this. I give a great deal of credit to that no huddle offense. Jim, Thurman, Andre, that offensive line, and Ted Machabrota, and just they really provided a lot of opportunities for us to get after the quarterback.
That Stairmaster can be brutal. How long are you on that thing, Bruce?
I was riding it 20 to 30 minutes on level 11. I was getting it. Yeah.
So when you're 310, your career can go one direction or the other, right off the jump. Are you more so looking in the mirror and pointing the finger at yourself and thinking, okay, I don't know if there's like a personal wake-up call, if there's a moment, or is it a coach, a teammate, a trainer? Like, what was really the impetus for getting your ass into gear and going the right direction?
I looked in the mirror. And, there was already a tremendous amount of pressure on me being the first player picked in the draft. And I didn't really realize the magnitude of it until after that first year, and we went 2-14, and the fans can be pretty brutal, but they didn't necessarily take it out on me. They took it out on the whole unit, the whole team, because we were bad. We didn't have a tremendous amount of talent, and Hall of Famer owner Ralph Wilson did something about that, and he started bringing in guys that would change the culture, starting with Marv Levy, Thurman Thomas, Darryl was already there. Andre was drafted the same year I was drafted. The trade for Cornelius Bennett, Jim Kelly, just to name a few. So the culture started changing. Then we got Steve Tasker. And you could see this transformation starting to take place, that guys just had this sense of pride and understanding that we're building something here that could be pretty damn special.
For the latest and greatest in football journalism, subscribe at golongtd.com.